Access Chapter 3. In this video, I will show you how to update a table design, use Lookup Wizard, and use an action query to update records. Let's start by adding a field to our table in Design View. With the table open, click on the Design View button. I'm going to insert a field in this table right after first name by right-clicking on the square to the left of the third row and selecting Insert Rows. I'm going to add a field called Status, and I'm going to use the data type Lookup Wizard, which creates a drop-down menu in the datasheet view of the table. I will type in the values that I want, since the information that I want in the drop-down menu does not already exist in another table or query. In this window, I decide how many columns I want for the drop-down menu, and then I type in the values. Pressing the Tab key to move downward. Hitting Enter moves to the next screen. If I accidentally do that, I can simply move back by pushing the back button. When I'm done with my list, I will click Next or hit Enter. This window is asking you if you want to use a different name for the field, limit your choices to the list, in other words, force the user to select from the list and not create their own entry, and whether or not you want to allow the user to store multiple values. Notice the data type now says text. The Lookup Wizard just creates a drop-down menu for one of the other data types, in our case, text. I will now return to Data Sheet View, save my table, and use my new drop-down menu. Making mass changes to your database can be done using action queries. Let's say that I want to remove the seniors who have graduated from my active students table and place them in the alumni table. I will use an append query and then a delete query. An append query adds a group of records from one table to the end of another table. To create an append query, I will first create a query in Design View. I will then add the active students table. Next, include all of the fields. Place the criteria senior under status. You can run the query to make sure that these are the records that you want to append. Then return to Design View. Now click the Append button on the Query Tools Design ribbon. I will choose the Alumni table as the table to append to. Then click OK. As long as the Alumni table has the same structure as the Active Students table, you will see the Append To row appear listing the identical fields. Now run the query. Say yes. And now if we open up our Alumni table and check it, you will see those two records have been added. Now let's click the Delete query to remove those records from the Active Students table. Now run the query. If we look at our active students table, you will see those records have been deleted. If I close, then reopen, they're gone.